Hello and welcome. This is Thinking Out Loud, and I'm Tamogna. I don't really think of this as a podcast, more like a string of voice notes sent late at night from me to you, now arriving just in time for your morning coffee or a quiet walk. Before we begin, how are you today? How's your heart? Whether it's steady or shaken, I hope this space holds you kindly. I've been thinking a lot about marketing as a creator, as an artist, now that I have finally moved across the world from my childhood home and I'm full on adulting, figuring my life out. It's been a couple of days of just kind of seeping in a cup of tea, as the Brits would say, I guess. I've not met enough Brits yet to know if that's what they would say. It's led me to think a lot about how to market myself as a creator, as an artist. I had a pretty good couple of months of steady freelance work, a lot of inspired action, which was leading me to make a lot of content, posting a lot, creating a lot of artwork, and then suddenly I hit a wall. The freelance work kind of died down. It's been a bit dry the last 2 months. And in terms of my artwork, I've just not felt as inspired. I try not to beat myself up about it. I took the time because I also knew I had this move on the horizon, which was essentially uprooting my whole life and starting again. And now that I reached here, now that I'm here, it still feels like I'm in an in-between space. I've been watching a lot of videos about marketing and creating and getting your work in front of people so that they either like it or follow you or purchase your art. And I keep falling into that trap of my art isn't good enough and that's why people don't see it, or my art isn't good enough and that's why people will not give me money for it. But I know that if I was a third person and I said this to this third person, I would tell them it's not true. It's just that your work has not reached the people that are interested in it. And so just yesterday, I posted a reel about this project that I started called Postcards from the In-Between. And it's about this transitional period of my life where I wanted to combine photography with my poetry, a collage, and my 3D work, and just kind of make these little postcards that reflect how I'm feeling. And after I posted it, I felt like it was kind of not that great. And I was scrolling on Instagram, watching all these amazing artists, and I just felt like, what am I doing? Like, nobody cares about things like this. And then I went to bed and I woke up in the morning and I got some really nice comments. It did not blow up, it's not viral. And it's people that usually engage with my work. And they commented saying it's a great project and they're very excited and they really want to see more. And, just very kind, sweet things. And it made me understand in that moment that we keep getting wrapped up in numbers. And I keep talking about this, and I think everybody does, is the numbers, the statistics, the how many people have seen my reel or how many people have liked my post or whatever. But it's that, those like 5 or 6 people that engage with your work always, those are really the people that you want to cater to. For example, a couple months ago when I hit 1,000 followers on my Instagram, it was pretty wild. I was ecstatic, I couldn't believe it, and now I have about 1,100-ish followers, and it keeps coming and going, dropping, people, follow, unfollow, whatever. And it's still a big deal in my eyes, but I keep forgetting it. I keep forgetting that that number that I see on the screen is kind of arbitrary, because I look at my views, or I look at my likes, or I look at my comments, and I'm like, it's not in the millions, it's not in the tens of thousands, and I'll be like, oh, it's not good enough. But then I look at the community that engages with my work, and it's like five, six, maybe 10 people that really always have been engaging with my work. And I have to keep reminding myself, and this was a good reminder this morning when I looked at my reel, that this community, right now it's 10 people, or maybe it's 6 people, whatever it is, they are the people that I really want to latch onto. They are the people who care about my work, who understand what I'm doing, and they're invested. And I was just watching a video about the IKEA effect in marketing, and I think they were talking about how in the early 50s, I think, don't quote me on that, there was a phenomenon that was studied where Betty Crocker had put out smashing instant cake mix product where you just had to add some water and bam, you had a cake. And apparently it flopped. And everybody was confused. Why would it flop? When they launched their product again, they added one line, which is add an egg. And somehow the product then picked up traction and it became the instant mix that we all know and love now. So, what was it about that? And I think that bled into what is now called the IKEA effect, which is we love being invested in things, especially tangible things, even though we live in such a digital world now where we are more and more secluded. We are always grasping for connection. So the IKEA effect is that you pick a furniture piece at the store, and then they give you the furniture in pieces, and then you put it together. After hours and hours of struggling with the supposedly easy bookshelf to put together, when you finally do and you put it up, you love it more because you did it. You put it together. It's the effort, it's the connection, it's the engagement. And so that kind of is a reminder of, it's not about the views, the likes, the comments. It's about the people that care about your work. And if you have 1,000 followers but only 10 people are engaging, that's not a bad thing. I know the numbers will tell you that, oh, you have like really bad engagement. But if your goal, and it's my goal, to have a long term community, then you know that if at 1,000 followers you have 10 people that are engaging, eventually, if you keep creating for these 10 people, the 10 will grow into 20, the 20 will grow into 30, the 30 will grow into 100 someday. But you cannot cater to the 990 people that may or may not even see your work because the algorithm is kind of messed up. So now in my transitional period, I'm kind of reflecting. I'm trying to build multiple sources of income. I'm trying to go outside of just freelancing as a 3D artist, as a filmmaker. I want to create tangible products because now I finally live in a country where I can buy affordable supplies and postal services don't cost an arm and a leg. And so I really want to fulfill my dream of having my own small business shop, but I want to do it with heart. And so I've been trying to build products, and it feels like nothing is happening, but it's only been a couple of days, and it's so difficult to be in this space of why is the water so still? But the water can never be still, even when it looks like it. You can look at a river and think the water is still, but it's not. Because if it was still water, then you're just standing in a puddle. And if you're standing in a puddle and hoping for waves, I think it's time to get out of the puddle. So I'm trying to really think more about building a community rather than building a following, because I personally, yeah, sure, like 10,000 followers or a million followers sounds great, But that's not what matters in the end. I think the success of a creator does not come only from numbers. Numbers help with visibility, but if your goal is to create a community, is to create returning customers, and it's to create artwork that at the end of the day you feel fulfilled by, then it's about those 10 people that really care about your work. And creating in a vacuum is so difficult, especially when there's no like tangible results. But you just have to keep going. You just have to keep making. And when it's hard to create, just stop, take a moment, take the day, go out for a walk, take a nap, watch a TV show. Don't force it. It's okay. There's enough time. Nobody's going to leave you. Nobody thinks that you suck because you're not posting every day. It's not like that. It's all in our heads. So this is kind of also a note to self, because I've really been struggling with this over the past couple of days that I've been here. But I'm also trying to be grateful that I now have the time, the space to explore all these ideas that have just been brewing in my mind for years and years. And so I hope that I can continue to find new ways to engage with the community, to build a following, but also to build connection with other artists, with people who just care about the things that I have to say and want to share what they have to say with me. So if you've been feeling shaky, if you've been feeling like nobody's there to hear you, I'm here to tell you that there is. And if you're afraid that nobody's going to hear you and that's why you're not putting out the thing that you want to put out so badly, just put it out. And if you need somebody to see it and you heard this podcast episode, leave it in the comments below and I will go see it. So keep making, keep creating, don't give up. And just know that the in-between is quiet, but it's not empty. Your roots are growing under the soil, and for you to see the fruit of your hard work, you have to keep watering it, and you need to wait for it to grow. Thank you for listening and for sharing a moment of stillness with me today. Wherever this meets you, I hope you carry a little more softness into your day. If this resonated with you, feel free to share it with anyone who might need it too. Keep creating, keep wondering, and take care of your light. Until next time.